What the flip is up, ladies and G words? Welcome back to my second channel. If you don't know me, my name is Simone. This is my second channel. Okay, these are 30 signs to know if someone is manipulating you. I have a bunch of manipulation videos on this channel, on my main channel. I'm a psychology graduate, and you know what? Through all these videos, yes, you might learn how to manipulate others, but more importantly, I'm helping you build a toolkit for you to recognize if someone is manipulating you, okay? True manipulators, they are super intelligent. They are like up here in social intelligence, the really good ones. You might not even know that. Okay, so we're gonna talk about 30 signs. These are very obvious. Number one, gaslighting. What is gaslighting? When you're denying or distorting the truth to make someone else doubt your perception of reality. So the term gaslighting became so prevalent after TikTok, and I swear everyone now, they're like, you're a gaslighter, you're a narcissist, and they don't even know what it means. Not everyone is trying to gaslight you with intention. I'm telling you guys, sometimes people are just very emotionally stupid. Majority of the population does not have emotional intelligence. Most people, they're not actually intentionally trying to manipulate you. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of social skill and a lot of effort. If someone's a player though, they have the practice. Maybe they are manipulating you. So gaslighting. Excessive flattery can also be a form of love bombing. They do it for a reason, because they know maybe you're insecure. Maybe they're trying to get you addicted to the dopamine that they are now providing for you. They are trying to become a source of pleasure. And it also helps you, it also makes you lower your guard so that they can gain control of you. So be very careful of excessive flattery. This is something love bombers do a lot. Third, emotional blackmail, obviously using guilt and obligation to get what they want. And if someone's really a talented manipulator, they will already know your pain points so that they can exploit that. For example, like maybe you had a parent that died and they'd be like, you know what, your father wouldn't like that you're not doing this, actually. Your father would want you to do this. Your mother would not be proud of you. Playing the victim, they constantly present themselves as helpless or wronged. These people are the worst, and they are unintentionally manipulative because in their eyes, they can't do anything wrong. Unintentional manipulators are worse, in my opinion, than the intentional manipulators, because at least the intentional manipulators, they know they're doing it. The unintentional ones, that just means they're stupid, and there's like no hope there unless they go and get therapy and learn some emotional intelligence. Oh my god, this guy did me wrong. And you know what he did? You know what he did? He deleted his WhatsApp profile picture to make it look like he blocked me, so that I would reach out to him and be like, did you block me? And restart the conversation, which obviously I didn't do. But that's like playing the victim. Hello? Who was meant to be apologizing to who here? Crazy. Next, passive aggressiveness. They use indirect resistance or sabotage instead of direct. Silent treatment is a form of punishment, especially if the other person knows you are anxious. You're an anxious attachment, which means you want to over communicate with them to resolve issues. Someone who's manipulative knows that they can gain control of you and make you go crazy by withholding such communication. If they're avoidant, they're naturally going to do this. Again, they're probably not intentionally trying to manipulate you. It's just a low emotional EQ. Guys, if you think you're being manipulated or someone's manipulating you, honey, you need therapy. BetterHelp is a paid partner of this video, and they are on a mission to make therapy not only more accessible, but also more affordable and more convenient. BetterHelp is a platform where clients and their therapists can effectively communicate and get the most out of therapy. There's a journal inside the platform for personal reflection, and they offer group classes every single day on new topics, which I love. Additionally, guys, starting therapy is so easy with BetterHelp. You just need to fill out a questionnaire, and usually within a couple of days, you will have been paired with a therapist. If you don't like your therapist, because first time is not always a charm, you can simply request another therapist, and you can actually scroll through and choose who you like, which I love, because if you're doing in-person therapy, you gotta get a new referral, gotta go back to your doctor. That's time, that's money. And guess what? We don't have time to do that, honey. Because guys, you are opening up your life, who you are to this person. You need to match. It's a huge misconception that the first time you're going to find a brilliant therapist and love her. They carefully make sure all the therapists on the platform are well qualified, and their customer support team is there to help you with any questions whenever you need. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5-star rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. So go here to get 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. Next, shifting blame. They deflect responsibility and they move it onto someone else, or they move it onto you. Overstepping boundaries. They disregard your limits and they push you to do things you're uncomfortable with. You won't believe how many people unintentionally do this. For example, something I noticed recently that's quite common with guys. If a man is wealthy, he usually within the first week is always going to be like, can I fly you out? But they never mean it. It's a test. Because someone sane is not going to fly out a girl that they don't know. And 3 guys I know who've done this to me, who I've actually like become friends with them, and I've known them for like years now. We were recently talking about this, and you know what they all said to me? I said, okay, do you think you're doing this because it's a subconscious, subtle way to test a woman's boundaries and self-respect? They all said yes. It's manipulative. But they were like, yeah, I don't actually know why I do it, I just do it. Creating dependency. This is something a lot of narcissists do. They will try to isolate you and make you dependent. For example, yes, if you are insecure and you think you have a big nose, they'll be like, you have the smallest nose ever, skinniest nose, you're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But when you feel insecure again, you're gonna go to them, hey, like, give me a compliment. They do it, they do it, they do it. One day they pull back. Oh my God, I'm not getting this dopamine now. I'm going to do anything to get their validation again. Feigning ignorance. They pretend to not understand to avoid accountability or shift the focus. Contradictory statements. They're doing this purposely to confuse and destabilize you and make you question yourself. If you're someone who's mentally unstable already, this is something that's absolutely going to work on you, and it might even spiral you. Using authority or status. They leverage their position to intimidate you or overpower you. This is why I always say it is not good to financially rely on a man entirely. Because if this man is not good, and you might know that until a few years into your marriage, he can switch up on you, and you know what? You can't leave because you're now entirely dependent on him. Some guys will do that purposely. They don't want you to work, they don't want you to have a life, because they want you to be dependent on him. And then he can do whatever, he can cheat, you can't leave him. Triangulation and pitting people against one another. They create conflict between you and others to gain control. Words. This is why you should absolutely journal about everything that bothers you, so you have some evidence there and you can remember the thought process. Because if someone's trying to gaslight you, and memory is fallible, you might start to question yourself. And even worse, if they're twisting your words and you're already unstable, you might end up believing them. But twisting words is essentially reinterpreting what you said to suit their agenda. Next, they minimize and downplay your feelings and completely invalidate you. Sometimes they'll use ingratiation, if they're very smart, to subtly align themselves with your beliefs, values, and interests to gain your trust. Someone might also feign disinterest in whatever you're talking about, or pull back sometimes. Sometimes they're really interested, sometimes they're not, because they want you, again, to work for their validation. And if they suddenly pull this back, you're going to have to work hard again. And it's a natural human response, unfortunately, to want to do this. They'll subtly undermine you. They'll discreetly plant doubts about yourself and your abilities and make you react emotionally. They might be like, oh, do you really think you're capable of doing this at this point in time with your mental health? Double binds. They put you in situations where you're going to be wrong no matter what. Token gestures. Sometimes people can do this if they're really smart, because they know that you're going to see them in a better light and they can later use this against you later on. Selective memory. They conveniently forget things they did to suit their own agenda. Incremental control. They're starting with smaller requests, and over time they're building up to be bigger and bigger so that they can gain influence over you over time. Next, testing allegiance. Unfortunately, this is something anxious attachment people can naturally do. They're going to put you in situations to test your loyalty. Avoidance can do that too, because they want almost like subconscious sabotage. They want to see if you're going to leave them. And if you do, it's like, okay, you've proved me right. I want to repeat, a lot of things can be described as manipulation, but manipulation is something that you need a high level of social awareness and intention to do, and it takes effort, which is why narcissists, they're intentionally doing all this. Majority of people, I don't think they're intentionally being manipulative. They are just emotionally unintelligent, which is not an excuse. Everyone should work on emotional intelligence, but it doesn't make them an innate bad person, is what I'm saying. And lastly, controlled chaos. They are stirring up drama or conflicts to position themselves as the solution or the mediator. Again, they're trying to gain control. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out all the other manipulation videos on my main channel and my second channel, and I will see you next time. Ich liebe dich.